Good evening and welcome to Crossroads. A military whistleblower has stepped forward with a shocking series of claims. Air Force veteran David Grusch of the National Geospatial Intelligence Agency is doing a media tour, and he claims that the U.S. military has a program that has retrieved downed UFOs, including complete vehicles, and that our military has been reverse engineering these UFOs for military weapons programs for the last 80 years. He also claims these vehicles come from multiple species of aliens. Among the big claims that Grusch makes is that a task force formed by Congress to investigate UFOs, or Unidentified Aerial Phenomena, or UAP as they're now calling them, was denied access to these key programs. This is the All-Domain Anomaly Resolution Office, or AARO. This is him speaking with News Nation's investigative journalist Ross Coulthart.
When you say crash retrieval, what do you mean?
These are retrieving non-human origin technical vehicles, call it spacecraft if you will, non-human, exotic origin vehicles that have either landed or crashed.
We have spacecraft from another species.
We do, yeah.
How many?
Quite a number.
You're kidding.
No. I thought it was totally nuts, and I thought at first I was being deceived. It was a ruse. People started confiding in me. They approached me. I have plenty of current and former senior intelligence officers that came to me, many of which I knew almost my whole career, that confided in me they were a part of a program. They named the program. I've never heard of it. And they told me, based on their oral testimony, and they provided me documents and other proof.
Now, Grusch has filed an official whistleblower complaint. He claims he's also given classified proof of his claims to Congress and to the intelligence community. News Nation reports the Inspector General called Grusch's comments urgent and credible. Here's more on this.
There's a sophisticated disinformation campaign targeting the U.S. populace, which is extremely unethical and immoral.
You are saying to the human race, for the first time, an official intelligence representative at a high level from the US government is saying publicly, we are not alone.
We're definitely not alone. Absolutely, the data points empirically that we're not alone, yeah.
Do we have bodies? Do we have species of
Well, naturally, when you recover something that's either landed or crashed, sometimes you encounter dead pilots. And believe it or not, as fantastical as that sounds, it's true.
Now, the Pentagon has responded with an official statement. It sent it to several news outlets, including News Nation and to Fox News. And it claimed this. It said, to date, AARO has not discovered any verifiable information to substantiate claims that any programs regarding the possession or reverse engineering of extraterrestrial materials have existed in the past or exist currently. But, of course, this could be slightly misleading to say the least. The Pentagon is claiming that AARO has not discovered anything of this sort. But what David Grusch said, the whistleblower, what he claimed is that the information was being withheld from the AARO. The alleged withholding of information is among the reasons he's come forward as a whistleblower. In response, there's actually a much louder demand for transparency on just what the heck is going on. As the debrief, which ran the original story on Grusch, reports, it says Grusch's claims are in line with what others have stepped forward to say. Jonathan Gray, for example, the current U.S. intelligence official at the National Air and Space Intelligence Center, also told the debrief this. He said that exotic materials exist which have a prosaic terrestrial explanation and origin. He also stated the non-human intelligence phenomenon is real. We are not alone. And let's not forget as well that in 2021, the Pentagon released a report claiming there have been more than 140 encounters with unidentified aerial phenomenon, or UFOs. The U.S. government says it was unable to determine definitively whether or not the instances were extraterrestrial in origin. The Pentagon also confirmed in 2021 footage that was leaked by filmmaker Jeremy Corbell of an alleged UFO hovering above a Navy ship near San Diego back in 2019. In April, there were also 6 whistleblowers who came forward and likewise They claimed they worked for military programs to retrieve and to analyze crashed UFOs. They even testified before Congress on this. One of these whistleblowers, Daniel Sheehan, he told Daily Mail that there are UFO reverse engineering programs. In July of 2020, New York Times also hinted at the coming public release of information exactly like this. It reported that while the Pentagon would not discuss its UFO programs, that the Senate would be taking steps to bring similar programs to light. It reported on the creation of the Unidentified Aerial Phenomena Task Force, which aimed to standardize collection and reporting on UFOs, and then issue public reports on its findings at least every 6 months. The public got glimpses of this early on. In December of 2020, the debrief reported that for 2 years, the Pentagon had been briefing lawmakers, members of the intelligence community, and top-level military officials on, quote, encounters with what they say are mysterious airborne objects that defy conventional explanations. It claimed these briefings included clear photographs of UAP, again UFOs, and claimed these crafts could be operated by intelligences of unknown origin. And then there was the Intelligence Authorization Act of fiscal year 2021. It included a section on advanced aerial threats, related not just to threats from foreign countries, but also to reporting, again, on unidentified aerial phenomenon, or UAP. Again, that's the new phrase they use for UFOs. It created a program and a reporting system on UAP so that members of Congress could be made aware of what the heck is happening and to alert them on potential threats to the nation and to our military. In August of 2020 as well, the Department of Defense established what it called the Unidentified Aerial Phenomena Task Force. It was created under the Department of the Navy, and it said it aimed to improve its understanding of and gain insight into the nature and origins of UAPs, UFOs. The public release also stated the mission of the task force is to detect, analyze, and catalog UAPs that could potentially pose a threat to U.S. national security. Now, much of this also goes back to January of 2019. A letter was released from the National Defense Intelligence Agency, which had been addressed to the late Senator John McCain. It describes weapons and military programs based on the Advanced Aerospace Threat and Identification Program, or the AATIP. It says the purpose of the program was to investigate foreign advanced aerospace weapon threats from the present out to the next 40 years. While the related documents are not publicly available, a list of their titles is. And the Defense Intelligence Agency letter says this includes high-energy laser weapons, hypertech, invisibility cloaking, transversible wormholes, high-frequency gravitational wave communications, and many others. That's an official document, folks.